Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm nearly ready. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another stream of Plane Shift. We have something to do before starting. I need to prepare some packages, but it will not take much. So we have started some work on the improvement of our characters. And it will be, it will be a kind of a long road, I would say, to improve the characters, because we cannot really remake them from scratch, right? So we have to go in passes, right? I was just thinking which character we should improve first, right? So I think that the Diaboli male is one of the one that I selected. I'm thinking, should we do next the Diaboli female? Let me check it a second. Diaboli female. I think yes. I think this one is also. I mean, geometry is not bad, but as usual, we have, as you can see, right, like the legs. I mean, if she, no, I don't know if there is an animation, but no, there's not an animation on this one. But if she tries just to move a bit the legs, this will show so much, so much. So we have to. Which actually I can, just for fun, 1 second. But yeah, so I think we can, yeah, we can use this one, I guess. Were the controls on a second group, or I don't remember. Probably not. Layer 2. Yeah, they were on this layer. So if I want to move up the leg, right, in timeline mode, we're in pose mode at the moment. Right. Yeah, you see that. Well, I mean, it's not super bad, but I mean, it's not super bad. But here, like, you see, you know, the polygons, right? So he's easily cutting off there. And here, obviously, the is not. I mean, it's square basically. Hello, Rob. Hello, good evening. Good evening, Hula. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. So I think, yeah, and also you see the butt here. Well, there is also UV. It's also a UV problem for sure, but definitely the geometry is not helping. The geometry is not helping. As usual, our face, well, this face is very low poly as well. Yeah, but anyway, I think this one is another good character. I think that we can improve. So let's create a package. I will probably take everything we have here. I just want to be sure that I'm giving the basic. This is all PSD. This is all PSD. So we have to do a quick conversion. I think I prefer to send out the PNG files just for simplicity. This chainmail is a bit weird, huh? Why it is like that? Maybe it's easier if I just export it from. This file is a bit weird, huh? This is correct, I think. And this is correct, and this is correct. But this one looks a bit weird. What is it? Is the hand? It seems he's not... It seems he's not fully... let me check 1 second in there. No, because I want to give a package, you know, that is actually correct. So I think that this texture is not properly saved. I mean, it's not that it's not saved, but basically the bag... Huh? Ah, the chain... Okay, no, I think it's correct then. So it's just that the second layer is bigger than this layer, but actually this is the layer that we use. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay, it's okay. So we will export everything in PNG just because it's simpler, right? And I will export all these pieces in PNG, just more portable, and we don't have to send, you know, 100 megabytes of stuff. Let me just check. Yeah, but it's okay. We don't have to send 100 megabyte of stuff, right? Or 200, because these PSD files are pretty heavy, I think. So we can export them all. We can export them all and send them. Shouldn't take much. I mean, it's just the chainmail and the ladder. It seems that they are, yeah, they are in PSD. Also, I think it's simpler because, yeah, this one is also higher resolution. This file is a bit better quality. We have a bit of a mix with our texture, but I think our texture are not bad. The more I look at them, and I think we don't have a texture problem. I think we have a polygon problem, but I don't think we have a texture problem, guys. Okay, so let me export all of them. Ladder. The complexity of fixing our characters is that they are made of different pieces, right? They are modular character, which is very good for the game, but a real pain for an artist, because the fact that they are split is not making the life of the artist very easy. Okay, so we will take all of this and we will put it, let me see if I did, diaboli. Okay, so I will take another, so we will archive. Hello, who joined? Hello, Apolly the Studio. Hey, thank you for the follow and welcome. So we're gonna create these packages quick. I think it will take like 10 minutes or so. It's not a big deal, but we have to do it so we have all the files. So I will clean up the stuff that is not needed. So this is not needed, not needed, not needed, not needed. The modules are not needed. Do we have a robe? I don't remember. Do we have a robe for the Diabolic female? Yes, we do. Ah, yes. It's this one. Yep. So this one we keep. Yep. The plate mail we keep. The ladder we just send the PSD. And the chain also we send only the PSD. And the base is the base. Okay, we don't need This character has eyeballs separated, right? It's one of the few. I think we should do a pass one day to fix them all, but you know, how many passes we have to do? Okay, so we have also the Diaboli female. So I'm going to send it out. Attach, upload a file, female. Okay. Okay. And now we need another one because we say we will start with 3 of them. So I think that the lemur is probably the highest quality that we have, and the alien female is the highest quality. So I think that we can go with a cran. Can we go with a cran? I think this one is not a hard one because being the stone guy, you know, is not really problematic. The problem is that the quality of the textures are unfortunately not very good. But yeah, I think we can go with this. Yeah, let's go with this. Let me just double check it again in Blender a second so that we... then I will show you a bit of the weapon stuff that I was looking at. Yeah, because I want to work on the weapons a bit. I see a test. Cran Wave STL. No. The latest official is this one. There's no way. The latest official is the one that we have in configuration, right? Under configuration. I don't think this guy is too bad, but definitely when he moves, the back in particular and some parts of the leg are really spiky. This guy is I think this one is one of the simplest, by the way. I think it's one of the simplest because he doesn't have a robe. He only has the torso plate. He doesn't have beard. He doesn't have hair. It doesn't have anything, right? So it's one of the simplest, but it's okay. It's also one of the most iconic that we have, I guess. So if we can improve it, you know, and make it better, I think would be nice. So I think what we can do, we can take this one and zip it up. Zip it up, and then I don't think on this guy we need I don't think we need the walls because there is already one base, and I think that one base is enough. I don't think I have to send all the different colors, right? Granite, quartz, sandstone, I think is not really important. Modules we don't need, and here I'm going to do a big cleanup because the only file that we need is this blend file, right? This blend file. Then texture contains pretty much everything, but it's okay. Then plate mail, we have all the plate. I don't think we need the height, the normal. I think we just need the specular, right? The diffuse. We just need the diffuse, yeah. Let me delete all these files because they are not needed. It's just going to confuse people. Just going to confuse people. Arm, foot, and legs. We are missing one though. I know it's correct. There's only the plate. There's no face. Okay, good. Chain mail. The chain mail I need though. Now the chain mail we need. So we need to convert these files Yup. By the way, guys, how are you tonight? How are things going? I don't remember if we changed the color of the... No, we don't, I guess. Okay, anyway, these are good. Let me export them all. And then we will import them under chainmail. And then we will work a bit on the weapons tonight. I want to see if we can do something for real, right? I found many files that I think we can use, plus the one that we have seen yesterday. Okay. Okay, I think we have them all. So, yep, under chainmail, we are going to add these 4 files of 5. And we are going to delete these ones that are too heavy. Yeah, like one of these files is 11 megabytes alone. So this should make the package like reasonable. Let me see, it's 10 megabyte. Yeah, I think 10 megabyte is very reasonable. Okay. Okay, let's send this one. Then I think we are good. I think we are good. Okay, so this will be the 3. So the first that we are improving are the Diaboli male, which I think is one of the worst that we have. The Diaboli female, which I think is not too bad, and the Cran character, right? And hopefully we will do multiple passes on this character. So we will do first, more of the geometry, and then I think I will do a pass on the textures, and then probably I will do a pass on the animation. Well, first of all on the rig, the weighting, and then potentially on the animations, right? Okay. Good. So let's move on. Now, what I would like to do, I would like to decide, right? It is a very important moment, guys, in our decision life, because I think that I want to decide the style of the weapons by race, which is something that we really never did in a defined way, right? So we have some pictures, like if I take the Diaboli, for example, right? We have some pictures, but we don't have a full style guide, right? And I think one part of the race style definitely are the weapons, right? For example, for the Klyros, we have something, right? We have pictures like this, like this, that are giving kind of the style of some of the items, right? And some of the tools. and some of the architecture, right? That these guys have. But you see, for example, for weapons, I think we have very little, right? We have very little. One thing that we can check, I think, is style guide. I have to go non-dark mode, otherwise it will be impossible to read. But style guide index, right? I will go non-dark, or is impossible. Okay. So this is a collection of all the pictures that we have, and probably I need to put in the new ones. Yeah, I think I have to update it for the different races, right? And some are okay, others are very, very bad, right? Here we have some ideas, right? Here we have some ideas. But I don't know if I think this guide is very good anyway. I need to enhance it with, because customs, these motifs. So we did some work with another artist, right? That where I went through a list of, I think I have it under, where the hell do I have it? I have it under architecture, but is under architecture guide. I have it under architecture, but where the hell do I have it? Wait. Where the hell? I mean, it should be under 2D, actually. Should be under 2D. Yeah, sketches. Sketches are the architecture guide, okay? Sketches architecture guide. So, for example, what we said, we did a study, right? We did a study on, hello, Haiti. We did a study on the motifs that of each race, right? So how they are characterized. And I mean, this has been a fairly complex job to do. And I don't know if I really like all that these are just ideas. They are not really final, right? Like, for example, this one I think is good. This one is good. This one is good. There are some that I like and some that I don't like, right? But so I think for the aliens, we kept this one, right? Definitely we kept this one. And we added a few more, like this. There is more the Dermorian side. I think what I should do, guys, is to I think what I should do is this. Let's copy the ones that I like. I think this block we can copy. I don't have a problem in copying this. Because pretty much I approve all of it. I pretty much approve all of it. So we will put it here, right? In addition to the one that we had in the past, which was, these were the old ones, okay? And these are the new ones. I mean, you can recognize the fact that the new ones are done by someone with better skill. Yeah, true. But we don't have any explanation. I mean, yeah. Here I placed all the weapons, right? But I think that this basically what I did. I took all the picture, all the drawings that we had on the old weapons. Like for example, there is this very very elaborate one, which at the end has nothing to do with the one that we have in game, right? Because the claymore that we have in game is right. The claymore that we have in game has nothing to do with that, right? Is this, right? Is this. So you see the style here on the hilt. This hilt has nothing to do. Well, actually, is similar to this. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's nothing to do with this, with the two-handed, but the claymore actually, in terms of style, is not that different, right? I would say it's very close. If I can, yeah, I would say it's actually fairly close. So maybe this one we can keep it. But the idea would be for every race, try to define a style of the weapon. And I understand it's not easy. So this will be a bit of a painful stream, right? I think it will be a bit of a pain, but because we need to really scratch our head and come up with a good plan, which mixes the style. Okay, let's do this. I think what I want to do, I want to have on one side all the weapon style, all the possible weapon styles. Maybe we can make a collage. Yeah, let's do a collage. Let's do a kind of a single picture collage of Doom. Okay. So they will become, you are trying to create an image of a size of 149 megabytes. 4,000 by 4,000. What is the problem? I don't know. GIMP is a bit cautious about performances. But yeah, I really wanted to create a big picture because I need, first of all, I need it black. Otherwise I go crazy. Very white. Oh wow, even the bucket fill took forever. Okay, maybe, I don't know, 4K by 4K, I exaggerated. But anyway, so I would like to open up the marketplace project of yesterday. And then I want to have titles for each of the races, and we should understand, does it make sense or not, this particular weapon with this particular race? Now you may say, oh, but if I'm in game and I pick up a longsword, right? I pick up a longsword which is the same for every race. Yeah, true. But I would like to start to create some variations of that. So that, I don't know if it will be called, I think we still be called longsword potentially, but you will have or we can create racial weapon with different names, right? Yeah, like we have a few, right? We have a few. Like we have the Zarvush, we have 2 or 3 race specific weapons. I think if we go Enki, we should have, yeah, like the Vank, right? Like the Vank, or this one. This one, I don't even think he has a name. The Steel Claw, I'm not completely convinced. But I would like to have more daggers, knives. I'm thinking to double daggers for Enki. I think this one is a very nice concept, but I don't know if we can really do it this way. But fine. It's kind of a blade that they can rotate, you know, and can close here. So it's basically just along your arm, and then when you want to unlock it, you press a button here, and bloop, the blade goes here and then locks in place, and it becomes basically an extension of your arm as a weapon. I think it is done to allow the Enki to actually use the hands still to grab something, and like if he has to climb or anything else. So I think it's a good concept. I'm not fully into it yet, but I think it may be nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I think yesterday we did a good job. We took a lot of time, but I think we did a good job. So we took basically every weapon and we put it into this thing, right? We put it into this map, and we selected the weapons that we think are reasonable, right? Now there are some weapons that are really monster weapons, like this one. So this one is not for a player, obviously. That is for a kind of a monster, right? And we have a few more that are like that, like this one. So I think I should group them again. There are like this one. This one was just an idea to actually merge these two. So I don't like at all this blade. So this blade is impossible in our setting, right? But we can take probably the handle and use it for something else, right? So these two, and yes, there is a baguette with some ham here. Yeah, I know it may sound weird, but we have that as well. So I will do this. So all these weapons at the moment we don't care too much, because these are for, so we will do the same X for all of them. Like so. Oops, I missed one. And we will do, yeah, which is okay. So there is a group of monster weapons that at the moment we don't care too much. This one is just a special item, which I think we should not look at the moment, because it's just a very special, weird scepter. We will think about it in the future. But then we have we have these weapons, right? And these ones actually are the ones that I want to look at. So let's try to put them all on the same line, like minus 380. Okay, minus 380. Let's go. No. Minus 380. Okay, now they are all on the same line. They are not all on this. Wait, I didn't switch my. Did I? Yeah, I switched that, but I didn't switch the music. In a second, I will switch the music. Okay, we have different music now. It's not very loud, I would say. Let me see. Is the music going through? Probably not. No, because the device changed. Okay, now. Okay, now it should go through. Yeah, the music was not going through. I don't know why it's so quiet. due to that. Okay. Okay, so those are the maces, and these ones are the blades. By the way, these items, this additional item like the map I think was very, very nice. I don't want to forget it, so I will create another section here, which is like custom thingies. I don't know what is this. Including the ham and the baguette. Which has nothing to do with the weapons, but it's something that we found, and I think they are usable in the game, so we will actually use them. We will actually use them. But okay, so that's another set of like weird stuff, right, that we want. So let me save this. Okay, so if we can do a rotate 90 so they are all oriented the same way, I think is a bit better. Yeah. And yeah, they are not all oriented the same way, unfortunately, but it's fine. We can live with that. The vertical is 100. So we will select all these guys and move them up to 100. Okay. I think that is pretty good. Okay. Yeah, the center of these weapons is a bit off, but it's okay. So basically these are all the blades. These are all the blades. And these are all the kind of axes, right? These are the weird ones, okay, that we don't really care. Now, I think that these weapons are already giving us so much, you know, possible different styles, right? And I really want to have a kind of a display. I want to have a picture for each one. I know it may take a bit of time, right? But I want to have a picture for each. Can I go like left? It is enough, or we want to have it in perspective? Because we will have to do it for like, you know, 40-50 weapons. So, I mean, this I think is giving a bit more the sense of the weapon, because you see the light. While if you go front, you know, you see it like this, which is maybe not the best. I think it's okay. Like this, it shows, I mean, it shows a better color though. So maybe we need... okay. Fine. I don't think we are too much concerned about the sides. We are more looking at the shape, okay? We are looking at the shape, and we are trying to understand is this shape something that we associate visually, right, to a specific race? And at the moment, I think I'm just going to create different layers, so this image will become pretty big, I would say, but it's okay. So I think I will call it, I think we can put it under PS 3D weapons, and we can call it weapons by race study, okay? Weapons by race study. And yeah, we can zoom in just to, if we need one. Okay, so I need to do this for all of them. Can I just put them one next to each other? Maybe it would be easier, huh? Can I just take a pic? Can I just hide all these guys and take a picture of all the others in one shot? That would be so much quicker, right? Instead of having a shot for each. That would be so much quicker. Come on, select that stuff. So if I do this instead of, well, the problem is a bit yeah, but I think we can take at least 2 or 3 at a time, because the perspective may fuck up a lot. So we may we can even group them by blades and in the future, right? So it's a bit easier. But anyway, I think we can take a picture of like these 4. I think it's good enough, right? Can take a picture of, yeah, I think I can take pictures like this, right? 4x4 and and I can split them later. Okay, fine. Wow, these 2 are very weird. These 2 are very, very weird. This one alone. Let me do like these 3 together. Actually, this 2 is one that they are very similar. Please. No, don't be annoying. Okay. Okay, now this cleaver here is not really meaningful, I would say. I can zoom in a bit on this, guys. These are daggers, so I don't think we can decide the style of a race based on the daggers. But anyway, I'm gonna put them nonetheless. Gonna put them there nonetheless. And here we have some weird ones. Here we have some weird ones. I don't know why it's switching continuously between these 2 tools. I don't understand. Ba-da-ba-bam! Okay. So we have that. Now, if we could unhide, can I create a folder and move all this into a folder called blades? That would be very nice. Blades. If I could move, you know, all these guys into yeah, I can. And then I go this, and so we move them all in the same folder, so that we are not okay. Okay, so now we can hide and show blades very easily, right? Boom, boom. Now we hide blades, and I would say we show everything else. And we create a new folder that is called Axis. And inside Axis, we will put this, and this. Okay, then we create a folder called monster weapons. And monster weapons is this. No. Okay. And then I will create another one just called miscellaneous, right? Mish. And Mish will have this for sure. And he will have these other few pieces that we found interesting. Okay, move to Mish. Okay, so now we can turn on and off exactly what we want, right? Which is fantastic. Monster weapons is here. Okay, nice. So now if I want only the axis, right, we can go here and take a picture of those. Nice. And now I will start to ask you some tough questions. Not yet, but we are close. Huh? Now we start to be close to the moment where I have to ask you some questions. Well, maybe not yet, because we have to go through also the other weapons that I found. There is actually quite a bit. There is actually quite a bit of weapons that I found, and I will show you in a second. Okay, so these are all the ones that we selected there. Let me save this a second. Okay. So we got the blade. I will not do the monster weapons. I think we don't care. We only care about axes and we care about blades. Now. And here is where it may take a bit of time. So I found a number of weapons which I think are nice. And the problem will be that I have to open them in Blender, assign the material to each one. Maybe. Let me see, a weapon pack. For example, right? For example, this one. I think this one is very nice. And with some variation, I don't know if we have the texture. We don't, huh? Yeah, obviously. Yeah, the problem is that I don't even know if I want to do it, but maybe yes. I don't know what is this weird background. It's very annoying. Yup. So I'm using the Unreal Engine shortcuts instead of the the question is, this one I like a lot, by the way. I mean, obviously we'll need a kind of a different animation, right, for attacking, but we can see how it looks, right? I don't know, but I think we will need to have a few more animations by weapon. So the weapon is actually changing the way the character attacks, but how do I disable the floor? Oh, okay, like this. And the axis, okay, so it's basically clean now, right? Is clean. Yep. So we can take a picture of this. Can take a picture of this. And we can put it somewhere here. Right? Now there is a dagger, so is the sides maybe is not really proportionate to the others, but at the moment let's not care about the sides, because if we start to look at the sides, it's going to take like forever. But okay, let me see. Double dagger is this one, double dagger, which I think is a good one. Then what else we have? We have, let's go one by one, right? Let's go one by one. And probably some of them I would not really, wow, 47 megabytes of Blender. Okay, so this one may be slightly overdone in terms of, maybe slightly overdone. Ah, this one, yes. This one I really liked. I don't know, the shape was so interesting. And I know it looks a bit like a Christmas tree, but I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very overdone. I think we can. There are. I think there are also the low poly version of it, right? Yeah, exactly. High and low. So I think that. I mean, in case we will have to work on this, right? At the moment, I would say I don't care. We just assume that as good as it is. And how can this one be low? I mean, then the high, what is the high version then? Holy shit. Okay. Okay, that's kind of funny. Okay, nice. So the high is completely useless, obviously. This word, the low is already too much. Fine. So of this one, we don't really have a texture, but well, no, we have a texture. It's just that is not extracted there. Right, we have a number of, this is the texture. I mean, it looks a bit weird this way. We can even remap it. I don't think that we care really. That's a bit weird, but I don't know. He has 3 million maps, but okay, you know what? We will just take a picture of it without the texture. I think it's fine. We can understand. We can understand how is it, right? We can understand how is it. We can understand pretty much how this is, so we don't need. This is a bit big compared to the others, but fine. Okay, this is one. Then we have a lot of It's not importing it. Okay. I don't know why it's not importing it, but fine. Yeah, we have a lot of claymore kind of weapons, and some of them are really a bit too much. I mean, too refined. Like this one, probably in terms of poly count. Nah, this one is not too bad actually. This one is not too bad. So I will take a picture of this, right? Can we have it in a place where there is nothing? I think I need to hide the grid again. Right. I think selected is even better because you can see more the shape. Right? So we get it this way. So this is another type, right? And we can then zoom in if you want to see a bit more, right? Of the weapon. There is this Barbarian X, which actually is very nice if I remember right. And yeah, the moss will not have the texture unless I go back and search it in the original. Which I can also do, but it will not be very easy because I will have to go back. I will have to go back in time and search again, right? Nah, I think it's not. I think it's not feasible. It's gonna take quite some time. Or I search it this way. But I don't think it was this one. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was this one, yeah. I think it was this one. I think it was exactly this one. Now, unfortunately, going there is a problem because yes, there are pictures, but we are not sure if they correspond and such. But let me just open it a second and we see. Let me see if we can import. Yeah, I think it is. There's these holes in between, which I don't really understand why. I don't understand why we have these holes, right? Kind of make little sense to me, but yeah, I think they all should be removed. I mean, they can be part of the texture, but they really do not make any sense. I mean, if the theory is that it makes the weapon lighter, right? I don't know. I think it's not a great idea. I think it's not a great idea. But yeah, obviously without texture it's so hard to understand. So or I do the work for each one to find the texture again here and find the proper picture. That's kind of annoying. Okay, let's move on and see if we can. I don't know why if I do new general and then I just drag and drop an FBX, why is not opening it? So you cannot import by... You cannot import by... So this would be this. Ah, this one, it contains a weapon as well. Contains the texture as well. So, I mean, this one is very simple, right? It's very simple. I mean, apart from the this kind of magical runes, whatever. I'm more interested in the handle actually, and how the handle is compared to the blade itself, because there is a very plain, simple blade, right? But I think it shows. It shows a bit of the style, right? I think this work is gonna take a lot of time, boys. I think I underestimated a bit the time, but let's see. No, because the idea would be, right, that we take these pictures and then we create 9 buckets, one for each race, and then we try to see if there is a common theme between them, and we say, yes, this weapon is the typical style of this race. Okay, so this is where I want to go. Right? That is where I want to go pretty much. But it's definitely going to take a bit of time. This one is very nice. This one I really, really like. It's very simple, but at the same time, he has his own style, you know, and it's very, very simple, but cool. But very cool. Now I will have another problem. Then after we choose them, right, I will have to recall what is the name of the weapon so that, oh my god. GG. GG. Okay, fine. No, I have to use only one. I have to use only one blender. If I continue to switch between blenders, I will never have the proper setup. This one was a bit of a weird one. Yeah, this one was a bit of a weird one, but at the same time, I think it was interesting. Now, I think without texture is not really helping much. I think at least the base color, we need it. It's called Goblin Dagger now. It's not really a Goblin Dagger, I guess, but let me try to do this 1 second. It's really without any material or anything, so it's really GG. Yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of time because actually I found a lot of weapons that are actually usable and on CC0 or anyway on free licenses, right? And it's pretty cool. Wow, the specular to 1. Oh my god. I mean the roughness to 0 actually. So I mean, you may say that this is a monster weapon. and I think I kind of agree, right? They may be a monster weapon only. But if you think to this without all the additional spikes, I think it may also be a normal race weapon. At least I think. Because if you think to this thing without maybe this part, right? I mean, obviously you cannot remove the bottom, but let's say for a second, okay, just as a what? Just as a second, right? If I do something like this, and now maybe this is not fitting now because I removed the piece, right? But you see, so I think it becomes a usable weapon without being too overdone, right? Without being too overdone, I think it looks like a very nice weapon. And I don't know if I like this really. I think it's because the idea is that you use it, you know, you handle it like here, and you can use it to punch the enemy or to. But I think it's a weird idea, right? Because I mean, if you have the weight of a sword, trying to punch your enemy with these spikes and ignoring all this weight and all this, I think is going to be very hard to do, right? So, or you use just the back, and the back I agree, right? But trying to use all this part of the weapon, I think is a bit weird. So we may decide to just do it this way, right? Just do it this way, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, there is this one where we are missing the texture. I don't think that the texture is too good. Yeah, the texture is very, very, very basic. But and also this weapon is very basic, but I think he has his own style, and is what I care for, right? At the moment, I care about the style. And I care about the style. Care about the style. Care about the style, yeah. This in theory is a knife. I don't know, it seems to be pretty long for a knife, but seems to be pretty long for a knife, right? Because this is your hand, right? And this, I mean, it's near. I mean, it's more than a short sword, I think. Yeah, I think it's more than a short sword. I think it's nearly a long sword, right? In terms of, I mean, if you take the proportion between the handle and the blade. Okay, then we have some very basic. Then we have some very basic. Sword. So very clean. This one I liked it because it's extremely clean, and I think it's very good. Yeah, the map basically does not exist, right? It's one of those maps that are using the metallic like 100%. So it's not really relying on the texture to actually make the. It's not relying on the color, let's say, to have a texture, but is relying on the metallic pretty much. And so yeah, this one, if you go metallic, like metallic 1 probably, yeah. But if you go metallic 1 and roughness 0, right, it start to become closer to what it was designed for. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, this is very simple, but I think is a clean design, and we may think to it as a reference weapon, maybe for the humans, right? For the I think it's a two-handed. Yeah, I think it's a two-handed. I don't know why it's called longsword, but to me it doesn't look like a longsword. I mean, if you consider the size of the handle and the length of this, I mean, yeah, I think you have two hands here, and so I don't see this as a longsword unless the handle is way bigger. But anyway, I think sometimes there are a bit of a weird proportions. Okay. Yeah, I think if we can have them all in the same rotation, yeah, probably we'll do a pass of having them in the same rotation so we can actually compare the handle, because the handle is what is making the difference in terms of style, right? Except maybe that one, but so there is the longsword. Then we have what? We have this machete. I don't remember why I extracted it, but probably because I liked it. Because there is already a selection of a bunch of stuff, right? That I don't know why I cannot do this. Why I cannot just drop? Is there a way to drop an FBX, or is just opening it? Because if I have to extract it and no, huh? Okay. GG. 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 Right. So this one is also very characterized, I think. I don't know why the rotation is so broken, but rotation is very broken. In geometry is a bit overdone. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I think it's kind of good. I think it's kind of good. Yeah, again, if we can have the handle at the bottom, I would prefer, so we have them all. Yeah, we have them all comparable pretty much in the same way. And we can then probably start to group them, right? So, like grouping. Right, like this one and this one and the other. I mean, we can do a bit of work then on having all these words next to each other and seeing which one we like and which one is the characteristic shape for one of the races. That is what I want to do. Medieval sword mesh. Medieval sword mesh. Medieval sword mesh. Medieval sword mesh. Okay, this one. Ah, this one I remember, yes. This one, I mean, it's very similar, but he has this design. I think the texture will not, let me see. Yeah, it's not adding much. I mean, this one again are all texture based on the metallic color. Medieval sword, the base color. Do we have a material here or what? No? What? Sword? What? Okay. We have a material. We do have a material. Okay. Yeah. It is okay. So you see that here the handle is, there is a bit of work on the handle. I think this one is very, it's very historical somehow. I like it. Like it a lot. I like this one a lot. Is another one that is simple, but he has his own style, right? And right. So Sword of the Sword. This one, what was it? Ah, yes, this one I think I remember, but unfortunately we need to extract it. Yeah. We need to extract it. And we need to extract at least the base color. Okay, here we have something. Okay. Yeah, and I want to see them a bit so that we, I see also if the file opens, right, if it's actually working, because if you want to use them in game, then I need to be sure that these are actually usable somehow. I think this one is a very nice one. Is a bit overdone, if you will, but I think it can be something. I think it can be something. This thing. I mean, it is a bit overdone. It is a bit overdone. It is a bit overdone, but. But and we will probably change the texture, right? But it is a bit overdone. I mean, if you want, we can start already a bit thinking about the races, but I don't know if I want to finish the world set and then start to think about it, or if I want to just you know, move the I mean, I don't know. We are not too far. We're not too far. There are like probably 5 or 10 more, maybe 10 more. It's probably 10 more. Oh wow! This is actually containing 5 different. Well, 4 different. Maybe let me extract and see if we can load it quickly or not. I mean, if it's taking the textures automatically or not. Hopefully it is. So I don't have to do all the work of the textures, right? Please! It's loading something? No. GG. Okay. So the textures are not connected properly for whatever reason. No! Oh my god, it is brutal. It is really brutal the way they did it. I will show you in a second what they did, but it's really, really brutal. It's really brutal because the texture actually is the screenshot of the 4 weapons. Look. There is the texture. So it seems that they took a picture of it from somewhere and or maybe they draw it this way, but considering they had to compress a few, I would say, just add it to Shelly Raven, assign it. Yeah, I can do it. I did it. Hello, Michael Dietz. Hi. Hi. Right. They are not bad, eh? Anyway, they are not bad. They are not bad. I think they are not bad. I think they are interesting. This one is a bit, you know, maybe too much with this hilt like that, but they are not bad. They don't look bad at all. Yep. I mean, here we have a bit of the problem now of the space, but we still have a lot of space on the left. No, not much. Not much. Actually, yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's try to rotate it. Maybe it fits. It does. Fantastic. Okay, so there's another bunch of blades, right? And different styles that we may have. And hello, all P00 or eyes, pies or poo. I mean, those look like 2 eyes to me. Like 2 round eyes, no? Like this. I will call you all pies. All pies, I will call you. What's going on? I mean, we are working on. I mean, we are selecting basically different weapons and trying to see if any of these weapons can actually make it into our game. And I found, I mean, different sources. I mean, in the marketplace, but also just on different websites where there are free weapons. Free meaning CC0 license, or anyway no royalty, no, I mean, no whatever license, right? There are many that have stupid licenses like personal use only, so unfortunately we cannot use those. And but the ones that are here that I selected all have a kind of a CC0 type of license. So hello, Dr. Place. Hey, how are you? Okay, so we have a few more to go. So there was Sword. Yeah. Then we have this one. Let's see what this one is doing. I don't know if he has the... I remember this one. But this one does not have the texture. Ah, no, oh wow. The sun and the moon, huh? The sun and the moon. I mean, for us would not be like this, I guess. So we are less interested in the texture. We are more interested in the design. I think it's a very interesting weapon. I think it's a very interesting weapon. I don't know if there is a reference maybe to something already existing. Maybe these are modeled. Maybe these are modeled from some, I mean, copied from some game or some anime or some characters, right? But looking difficult. What? So I don't think we care about the specific weapon, right? What the fuck? What? I mean, the texture is really the two weapons, so you can only have it that way? No, I cannot believe it, bro. I cannot believe it. So the texture is a picture of the two weapons, one on top of each other. Nah, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. So you cannot split them, right? It's impossible to split the two textures, the two weapons, because it's actually a single. Yeah, it's a single texture. Wow. Wow. Yeah, so it has to be redone. But anyway, fine. I mean, we don't care. We are not looking into. It's just that it looks weird, right? Because it looks like he's wrong. But fine. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Oh my god, these are 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces. Okay. This thing has been done by someone that definitely was not thinking of using this in a video game or in any... I mean, it was just like an item sitting on a shelf, right? But I really like the shape. I like the handle. I think it's very special. A bit weird, but not too much. And I think we can consider it. I think we can definitely consider this thing. Now, my suggestion would be maybe to have it... I mean, in theory, we can fix it if you want, right? If we really want to fix it, we could try. Right? Will not be very easy, I tell you, but potentially is possible. Right? Potentially is possible. It's not easy. It's going to become a bit broken, but I mean, less broken than what it is now, for sure. Yeah. Okay, something like that. Something like that. This is a very interesting weapon. I mean, it's similar. I like it because it's similar to this one in a certain way, right? But at the same time, it's not, because he has this unique, really unique handle, hilt, which basically allows to evade certain hits, right? Because when you hit here, you know, the enemy blade is just going to, so you cannot use it for blocking, but you can use it for to evade. And any tips on EU5 foliage for open world? I got a survival game that's supposed to be open world and there's 3 rocks, etc. So they have to be actors, but it's very optimized for being an open world game. Top down is a multiplayer game. No. What do you mean? No, we use standard Unreal Engine foliage, so I don't know if we have our project open now. Yeah, we do. I mean, if I take any of our levels, right, like this one, there is a standard Unreal Engine foliage. I mean, obviously you have to use foliage. You don't have to place the actors yourself manually, right? So you have to use foliage, and you can use procedural generation if you want of the foliage, so you don't go crazy. So you don't go crazy, you know, putting the trees. And obviously, yeah, you have to choose a bit, you know, the quantity, right? So I didn't go too crazy with the quantity, so as you can see, you know, I mean, but you know, if you are walking here, is already, you know, a decent amount of trees, right? Plus, there are these bushes on the ground, right? Yeah, but this is the foliage, right? This is the foliage actor, and you can manage it here through foliage, right? And place it, right? And place it. I think Real Engine is doing a very good job of filtering the trees and such. Yeah, I decided to stay with a reasonable number. I mean, I didn't really go too crazy, right? So you don't see, I think there are no areas where there are a lot. Yeah, maybe here there are a bit, you know, there are a few more. But in general, yeah, I'm not going crazy with the trees. But you can, you know, we have a fairly low hardware requirements for our game, so this game can pretty much run on anything, right? But if you are trying to, if you want to make a game that is more of a modern game, right, so that you can definitely like have, you know, 2 times, 3 times this amount of foliage, right? There aren't that many trees for how big the map is. There are around 300k. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it depends which hardware you are targeting, right? So if you take a new game, like Gray Zone, right, is done in Unreal Engine 5, and they use exactly, you know, the normal Unreal Engine, so, right? The normal Unreal Engine. Wait.
Ok, diciamo.
And if you look at the foliage that they use, I mean, it's one of the games where the foliage is very, 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 very high, right? If you can see, I think that the foliage is one of the differences of this game compared to other games, and it's using Unreal Engine 5, right? So I don't know if they did any specific tricks or whatever, but I think they used the new procedural foliage, and now the quality is not the best. I don't know why. But you can see a significant difference compared to other games in the trees at the back. And at the moment, this video is not doing the best because it's not very high quality. But let me see if there are other places where he's walking around. But yeah, it's just standard foliage. So this one, yeah. So I think that like here there are, I don't know, maybe 5k, right? There are maybe 5k trees or so. On the just on that, yeah. So you see here when he's running around, right, with the helicopter, you see in distance, and you have really a lot of trees. I mean, it's like the wall area is like a forest, like a continuous forest. But I tell you that this game is running so on a 390, right? So on a 380, 370, you really struggle. On a 390, it's kind of okay, but you need to have a 4 something, right? A 490, 480 to actually be able to run this game decently at the moment, which is in alpha. But it's done in a real engine. They are using pretty much, you know, to my knowledge, the standard foliage. So I think they are using the new procedural foliage, the one in Unreal Engine 5, right, with nanite. So they use nanite trees and nanite foliage with procedural foliage. So that is probably what you can use as well. But I still would be a bit careful, right, or really going high res. But depends also when your game is gonna be released, right? Because if your game is going to be released in 2 years from now, then yeah, in 2 years from now the PCs will be way higher. So depends. It all depends on the hardware that you are targeting. If you say you should run high end and low end, the low end people will be unhappy, and the low end people will be unhappy as well. So you have to choose. You cannot say, you know, high end, low end. I mean, if you say high end, low end equals low end, to me at least, then I may be wrong, but what is this mass of objects and lights? This seems to be one of the items that are a bit crazy. And they may need fixing, because I see already here that for whatever reason is like complaining, right? It's complaining about some double vertexes and stuff like that. I don't know. It's complaining a bit. What is the clipping? Maybe it's the clipping. Anyway, yeah, there is another one that I liked. I mean, yeah, it's a bit overdone because it's all gold, you know. It's like a bit exaggerated, I would say. But maybe removing the gold, right? Having a more of a normal handle in terms of color, maybe just make it, you know, not gold, make it just steel, but keeping the gold here, I think will make a very nice, very nice weapon. A bit luxury, but yeah, kind of cool. I'm just trying to remove that dot. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to remove the dot. Let me rotate it. Nope. Okay. Now, after this, we have a bunch of objects that are actually all in the same. And I think that these ones, unfortunately, I have to extract all of them somehow. I think I do have. I think I need to extract them all. because there is word 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So it's basically word 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, plus also these two. So all of this. But then it seems that all of them are pointing to texture files. Oh my god. GG. Yeah, this is if you want to do them all, wait a second, there is a mosquito running. I want to catch him absolutely. Got him easy. Got him easy. The tiger sense. Tiger sense is good, huh? Well, for this game, they can use static meshes. My game had wood harvesting. Yeah, but you can do the same. I mean, even if you are harvesting wood, you can detect the mesh and you can remove that mesh, right? If a static mesh is not a problem, a static mesh that you drop in Unreal is still an actor, even if it's part of the level. So you can still detect, you know, that you are harvesting that particular tree, and then remove it. Even with foliage, because foliage at the end is placing actors anyway. It's just doing it in a smarter way, right? So because it's doing one pass, but I would say it's no problem. You can still detect. I mean, I'm doing the same. You can harvest any of these trees, right? They actually don't go down, right? But I could remove them. But you can detect that this one is a particular tree type, right? And we do it in our game as well. So you can harvest this wood. Now in our game, this tree will never disappear, so will never go down or be destroyed. But you can hit it. You can detect the tree type, and do whatever you want with the actor after that. You can. Don't lose faith. Don't lose faith. Oh wow, there's a lot of weapons. This is a lot of weapons. Is that all? Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, if we want to put them in a kind of a logical sequence, right? It's more like this. Probably. Kind of. Okay. Now the problem is that all the textures are in very stupid places. And yeah. Yeah. And also we don't know. Fuck. We don't know what is what. No! Really? We don't know if this is Sword 1, Sword 2, Sword 3, because they have all wrong names, right? Oh my god, GG my life. Okay, so we will... Yeah, like none of them will match, probably. Only one of those is gonna match. So we can probably do this. Copy this one over and over and see which one is actually matching. One of them will match. Probably the last, right? Not this one. Yeah, this one matches this. So this is actually Sword 1. And now we will have to find... Well, at this point it's a bit easier because I can't even do this, right? And I can go Sword 2 and try to catch this. He's not... Sword 2... Ah, but it's not letting me do that. I think it's this one. I have the feeling it's this one. I don't know why. Sword 2. Exactly. Easy from the shape. So this can be Sword 3. Maybe. I don't know, it's pretty big. Nope. This can be Sword 3. Yes and no. Bro, why they didn't name the freaking thing properly? So annoying. Okay, it's this one. Then this one can be maybe Sword 4. Yep. This can be Sword 5. Maybe. Nope. So that is Sword 6. And this is Sword 5. Yep. And these two thingies, I think they are named differently, so it should be easier to find. There is this topor, which I don't know what it means. But nope. So there is the number 2. Yep. And there is the number 1. Boom. Look at that. These ones I really like. The problem is that this is a million geometry, right? This is like insane. Yeah, look at that. So this is like just this weapon is like 6,000 faces. No, more. 10,000 faces, right? Just because he has this nice which you can do by the texture easily if you really want. The problem was that the component couldn't figure out how to change its mesh into a more damaged one and figure out where it was. Really? I don't know, because when I harvest, I mean, I can show you the code we use for harvesting, but I don't remember if I have it in the blueprint or where I have. So I will have to dig into our code and understand. But I remember we mapped the name of the mesh. I think we mapped. I think we mapped. Wait a second. I think we mapped. I'm in the wrong directory. Without database, it will never work. So I remember that in natural resources, right, which are the one that you can actually harvest. I mapped the trees, no? I did it some time ago, so I may not remember. The wood seems not to be here. Bark, wait. Bark root. So how was I determining spawn mesh? Spawn mesh. And location. Maybe for the wood we do it differently. Maybe for the wood, I don't remember actually. But I remember we did wood. I remember. Strange. I remember that when we harvest. I remember that when we harvest, we recognize. We'll have to dig into this, but I remember that we recognize. Maybe it's documented in the wiki, I don't know. Harvest. The point is that the component, I think, is also instance in. I think you figured it out now. Okay, you figured it out. That's nice. But I think we have the. Okay, so if you don't need it anymore, I'm just returning to what I was doing. But yeah, we had code. But yeah, I think it's possible, right? And if you figured it out, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so we have these weapons, right? Which I think are pretty cool. Actually, in this set, I pretty much like all of them, right? Because they are very basic, but they are also very, very nice. In particular, this one, I mean, pretty much all of them. So I think I will take just a global screenshot. Maybe these two, we make them a bit bigger. Just because, right? So they are a bit more visible. And we take maybe one screenshot like that. One screenshot like that. And what screenshot like that. And which one is that one? No idea. Okay, but it's one of those layers, I assume. I guess this one. I put it together with that, but this is okay. Okay, so this was a big one. This was a big chunk of files, and then we have one more. which is this great Templar sword, which probably I have to extract, otherwise we will not see anything. So I will extract it. And I will try to re-import it. Now find, okay, yeah, I think it's kind of a mess then if I have to find it again, then let's see what happens. There is 2K. Well, 2K, bro. It's okay. I mean, these weapons will last for quite a bit, right? I'm doing a round of updates now, but I don't think I will update them in some time, right? So yeah. I'm just getting the okay. Very nice. Very nice. This one is another one that we can use. Now, there are, I think some of them are a bit too long, but I mean, they are really all two-handed, so we have to take care of that, I guess, but this goes together with these ones, right? This one and this one like are very, this one and this one are really nearly identical in terms of style, but not exactly. Not exactly. Then we have a Viking sword. This one seems to have the texture already in the file, so maybe we should not go crazy with it. Please load, load, load. Yes, he loaded it. Fantastic. Huh? What? Anyway. Because there is the low poly, the high poly, the medium poly, the non-thingy. No. Seems that this thing is a bit broken, but anyway. Yeah, that is super high poly. I mean, this one is not usable. I mean, it just have to be reduced. It just has to be reduced. I mean, it's not that it's not usable. It's just that it needs to be reduced. Yeah. So take a picture of this as well. So these are all very similar, I understand. So this one maybe we would not have a big debate, you know, on which one, right? Maybe we would not have a big debate on which one we want to use. I still have a few. There are 3 more. There are 3 more. Ah no, this one was this one, okay. So there are 2 more. There are 2 more. Ah, but these are only the texture of what? This one I messed up, probably. This one, I only got the textures. This one unfortunately is is not correct. $232 megabytes. Holy shit. You serious? 232 megabytes. Oh my god. You did it like an insane resolution. Or not? Doesn't look like. I don't know. Yeah, but I will keep it this way. I don't know why they have to put it in a position that is basically impossible to. It's basically impossible to rotate back. But oh, okay. It's actually in 000 there, which is nice. This one we don't have the texture handy, so I don't know. I mean, I can extract it. I mean, we did a lot, so we can do one more maybe. Yeah, there are two versions of it, I think. Don't understand too much. I don't know what I'm looking at, but ah no, there are really two textures. Really? Oh wow! The freaking graph. Yeah, it's two pieces. It's two textures for the same item. Okay. It's two textures for the same. Yeah, we have a problem with the specular and everything, but yeah. So is yeah, we need to load all the maps if we don't want to see that rough. But I mean, that specular like this one is like shiny, but it's fine. I mean, it's just to say. It's just to look at how the weapon looks. I mean, it's not to have it perfect. It's actually very annoying that this is like this, but not much I can do, maybe. Not much I can do. Yeah, he's using like 3 million polygons for everything, but I don't know who's who. I could disconnect everything and like we disconnect the roughness here and we just go high roughness. It's the same. Specular. Okay, I think we did it. I mean, it's a bit dark, but what happened here? I did something stupid? Yeah, I did, huh? I did something stupid. I pulled some vertex I should have not. No! Okay, but did it just you know the basic idea of this weapon? I mean, I don't know if it's a bit too elaborate, but I think I like this shape. Yeah, this is actually the last one that I had. What time is it? It's nearly midnight. Wow. Yeah, I imagine that this work would take quite some time. But now the question is, if we take our 9 races right? Do you see any of these weapons defining a style? Do you see any of these weapons defining a style for the races, right? So that's pretty much the question. That's pretty much the question. So how do I associate now? How do I associate now? It's not very easy. Huh? I mean, we have some basic themes, right, for our races, because we have, like, for example, the Yankee. I think is the easiest because the Yankee is pretty much kind of oriental, you know, oriental style, right? So yeah, and for example, we have a pattern like this, right? But I think I need the new patterns though. I need the new Enki. I think I need to put there all the new Enki patterns, and I need the new Enki patterns. Yeah, for example, I don't know if I agree with no hard edges, really. There's no hard edges, but this is what, you know, we cannot define. This is what we kind of defined. Actually, the one that we are using are kind of this one, a bit of this, never this at the moment. So we have a weapon, for example, we have a weapon that is exactly like this, right? That we have seen, which is this one, right? But the question is, do I see? So if I think to an Enki style, I think to this one. I don't know if I can flag them somehow, but I mean, we can put a green color text on top of it so it's super visible. I don't know. So this one to me is very Yankee, right? For sure. Now, this one to me could be, I mean, given the type of, right, this one could be very cran-like, right? Even if my base 2 is too pointed, even if my base 2 pointed, right? It's too pointed. But I cannot see it, right? I cannot see it being cran-like. Or this one, right? Or this one. Because actually Cran are very simple, they have very simple buildings, right? And very, well, kind of simple buildings, yeah. But very simple tools. Like, for example, for the Cran, we said that they have, you know, if you look at their normal items, right? Like this one, this one. I mean, this is like their caves or whatever. I mean, it's very rock-like, obviously. Up to this guy, okay, but this, yeah, but you see these arches, right? These kind of arches. So these kind of arches and simple stone, I cannot see it. I cannot see it here or here. I mean, here is a bit too much, maybe. So maybe more here than here, right? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Maybe more here than here. Now, this one's like this and this. I don't see it really in any race. But we may define a style, right? We may define it. We may define a style and say, for example, I don't know, that all the Kran have this kind of, you know, additional spike in all their weapons. Like, this is a very, very defined style, right? This one. Very defined style, which I don't know if we find anywhere else. I don't know if we find that style. Well, there is a bit of this, but this is... nah, it's very different. It's very different. It's very different. This is more... This one is more similar to... Yeah, maybe we can start to group them, right? Because this one is more similar to this one, for sure. Than that one. So... I think some of them are not... GG. Some of them are not fully separated, so we unfortunately have to do this. I don't know if I'm moving other stuff. Am I? Probably not. So it seems to me that this one is more similar to this in terms of style. So I would see these two kind of go together somehow. I mean, not exactly, but somehow I would see these two going like, I mean, being kind of the same race creature. Now these two. These two also, I think we need to split. I think at the end they will have to be all separate, otherwise it's a mess to move these things around, right? It's a bit of a mess to move them around. Yeah, because now if I move this, I'm not moving the... But... Yeah, so for example, we can say, oh, if we have the Diaboli, right? If we have the Diaboli, let me see what we have for the Diaboli in terms of structures and motif. For the Diaboli, we have. This was Enki 1, but then we substituted with this Enki 2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for the Diaboli, we had more of an elaborate like this, right? So I think that those kind of flame-like or swirling, right? Pointy and irregular lines like this. So I think that these ones could be easily, and I'm actually seeing them quite a bit on a Diaboli kind of thing, right? So like this. So I think these two in particular. Even if he has this, even if he has this thing, but I think the fact that is like left and right, I think these two, I really see them as where? as Diaboli kind of like, right? These two. For example, right? For example. Now, this one is so special. This one is so special that I struggle a bit to position it, but I think that it could be. It could be a race. This thing could be a race. I'm thinking, I mean, looking at it, I'm thinking Lemur. I'm thinking Lemur. I don't know exactly why, but I'm thinking Lemur. Just because it's more elegant and a bit, or Dermorian elves, right? But I think Dermorian elves, I mean, even if this weapon is a bit fucked up because the blade is too big compared to the handle, so we will have to change a bit the proportions of this, right? If you want to use it. But I really like the way the handle is slightly angled, right? I mean, it's still a very big blade, right? So maybe for a lemur, but I don't know. I don't know what you think, but I think that this one could be. This one could be. I'm just trying to. Just trying to figure it out, right? But this I think could be more lemur-like, right? Could be more lemur-like. And this could be more Diaboli-like. Right? Now, for the Enki, I mean, for the Enki is kind of easy because actually Enki is very Asian. So we can say, oh, this one is Enki. We can take, you know, this one. Maybe this one is a bit too long. But anyway, apart from the handle, right? But I'm saying the blade, you know, is more like a katana kind of thing. So it's like Japanese weapon. I mean, I think it's the same as this one. Somehow, even if I don't like too much this, but I think it's more of a Japanese style. So I think it would fit. I think it would fit okay with them. Now we have some very characterized ones, right? Like these axes and such. I mean, it's very easy to say that this is a dwarven one, right? So like just stone hammer. But I'm also interested in this one, right? Because this one I think is very special. I mean, the way it is, right, is very, very, very special. And so can we have a recurring pattern like this in one of the races, right? So that is a good question. Steel stone hammer. Maybe steel stone hammer. Because we also have the Klyros problem. The Klyros problem will not be easy to solve because the Klyros actually, if we look at the web page, right, they are it's not really defined, right? It's not really defined. I mean, yeah, they have a bit of these spikes. I understand they have a bit of these spikes, but at the moment it's not defined. At the moment it's not really defined which kind of weapons they may have. So we have to think this beast. What weapon he may like, right? What weapon he may like. I mean, something like this I think could be reasonable for them. I think it is. I mean, it's just a test, obviously, right? So I'm just testing a bit the waters and see But let's say that this could be a Klyros weapon, right? This could be a Klyros weapon. Now, it is a bit similar to the underwater elves, so I think that this one is Klyros or Null 3, right? Because the Galcard weapon is already a bit like that. That is one of the weapons that we have for the underwater elves, right? I mean, it's actually very different. It's actually very spiky. Spikes at the bottom, spikes there. I mean, it's not too different, right? I think that the race that has a spikes like this on the side can also have something like this. Maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, for the humans, it's super simple. Right? For the humans, I think that every weapon that looks like a normal, standard medieval weapon, we can say that is alien-like, right? That is for our humans. I think I like this one. I think it's very interesting. And is a style in itself, right? He has style in itself, so this one also is pretty cool. It's not very centered, right? So it's a bit fucked up, but this is the opposite concept of this, right? So this one is starting small and becoming bigger at the end. This one is the opposite, is large at the start and becoming small at the end. So, but I think also is a very clear style, right? While I don't know, this one, for example, doesn't have. I mean, it kind of has, but. So, for example, this one is another one that I would say, well, maybe it's for the texture, right? But this one to me really speaks Cran. I don't know exactly why, but it does. Maybe it's for the texture. Could be. Could be, because our Cran has this kind of concentric pattern as a symbol, so that's why. That is probably why. I don't know. This one I think is too much. I think we're never gonna use it. This one I kind of like. This one I kind of like as well. I think I mean, we can. I mean, the Klyros actually have, you know, on their I can show you the model. The Klyros have on their shoulders, right? Kind of spikes, but they are a bit spiky. Right? They have these things. They have these things, right? So is there any, and then obviously they have, you know, this kind of pattern here on the head. So which weapon would you see being in the being in the hand of this guy, right? Which weapon would you see in the hand of that guy? Well, one weapon that I would see is probably also this one, right? Because you see this and this, these two things, right? I mean, it's not exactly the same, right? But it's kind of this thing, right? So I think that it would, I mean, this thing is not rounded, unfortunately. But I think if I have this guy with this weapon, I think would not be too bad. I think I cannot see him. I cannot see him with that weapon in his hand. Kind of see. Well, I don't know. Well, the green one is a bit weird, but well, let me go 100% otherwise. Do you see this guy with this weapon? That's the question. Do you see this guy with this weapon? I think yes. I think right. I think I kind of see this. Maybe the weapon is a bit too big. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not, maybe it's a bit too big. But, and I don't even know if it should be handed this way or the opposite way. So are you cutting here? Yeah, you're cutting here. You're not cutting on the back, right? This is the back, I would say, and this is the blade. Yeah. So you can use this hook, right, to do even more damage somehow, right? And sorry, this guy has a giant arrow penis for whatever reason. I don't know exactly why, but that's what he has. So, yep. So do you see this guy with this weapon? Do you see this guy with this weapon? Or not? Or not? Unfortunately, these freaking lines are annoying. Because here we are deciding something very important. So I don't want to rush it, right? I mean, this is a very important decision. When we decide this, a lot of the other architecture stuff and tools and, I mean, it may kind of follow, Let me ask the people. Let me ask the people in Discord. I think it kind of does. I think it kind of does. Now, if you take the other one, I mean, this one is green. I don't know why it's green, so it's a bit weird. I know. No idea why it's like this, but oops. What? Because I didn't. Oh no. We can do copy visible, and that's it. Easy. Should probably do the cleaning before I rotate, so it's a bit easier. Okay. Yeah, the green. I think the green is very weird. Is hard to. Is hard to. Right. And also probably it's too big, just too big, but yeah, it's too big anyway. So it should be something like that, maybe. So the main point is if the style of the weapon fits the character, right? If the style of the weapon fits the character, that's pretty much the question. Does the style fit the character? I think yes, but a simple ham can do the job. Okay. Not the baguette. Not the baguette. Yeah, but I cannot see it. I cannot see it. Actually, I cannot see it. I think it's reasonable. I think it's interesting. I think it's a special style. I think it can become like their thing, right? This is exactly what I'm searching. I'm searching the style that is defining, you know. I'm searching that style. It was a nice green, then what happened? No? No. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, I need to go. Start to be fairly late, but I think we did a very good collection of ideas, and yeah, like for example, between this one and this one, start to be tough, right? This blue one with this one, they start to be very similar. I mean, the curvature is completely different. I know, but. And like you can say that this one is similar. I think if we do Klyros this, we can do Noltrir this, right? I think if we do Klyros this, we can do Noltrir this. Maybe this one just needs a bit of a bigger handle. Because at the some of these weapons have a bit of proportions wrong, right? But because it looks too much like a Christmas tree, I know. Now here the Diaboli has a bit of the same thing, so we can change it, right? We could here what we could do, we could just change it. Sorry. No idea who is this guy. Right? It's this guy? Okay. It's this guy. So we could change it, right? To be... No, it's not this guy. It is. Then why I cannot paint? I don't know. I cannot paint because why? Cannot paint. GG. Because I have something else selected somewhere else. Ah, that's why. Okay. So this thing can go like this, right? Or can go... Yeah, can go like this, right? So it can be the same as this, just in a sword-like fashion, and being, you know, stronger. Now, I like it. I cannot like it this way, but I think it becomes too similar. It becomes too similar to this, and I don't like that, right? So I think we have to fix it, right? We have to fix it this way. Okay, I will think more about it. I will also search more weapons, but potentially all these weapons, well, not all, but some of these weapons can go in game. And I really want to add like maybe 10 weapons or so, or more. I mean, I want to add a sizable amount to the game, so we will spend more time on this in the next days and in the weekend. I want to have, you know, better weapons in the game in terms of poly count, in terms of texture, and in terms of variety, because we don't have enough. And I also want to characterize more the races with special weapons that are, you know, race based, and maybe we can just create, you know, a weapon that is exactly the same rule wise, right, but is specific for the race. So that, or maybe one thing that would be very cool is if a weapon for a specific race is giving you a bonus, right? If you use it with the proper race. Maybe we can do that, right? We can say, if you are a Klyros and you are using this weapon, you know, you get a bonus just because your race is so used to it. Okay, I think I'm going. So good night, everyone. Thank you for being here in the chat, and thank you for the new follows and the people that showed up. See you tomorrow evening. I'm going to work more on this, and meanwhile, if you want to play our game, the game is actually available. You can download it. Bye. See you. Good night, Michael.